Hi, today we are going to be discussing a subject that has come out very often in our videos. It always comes out in the comments, and today I'm going to disclose something that I have never spoken about before: the true origins of Maribel. You all know her. Maribel is this girl that works with me, has been working with me for the past 7-8 years, and that runs our shelters. She is the one that handles everything to do with the animals, with the day-to-day life of these dogs, with the supplies, with everything. I mean, she's, to many of you, she's my sidekick on our videos. It's this girl that has this amazing charisma. She doesn't speak any English, and although she's been trying for many years.
My wow. Ah.
But her goodness, the way she deals with the animals, speak by itself. I mean, this is someone that shines, that has a brightness, brings it to every video. She doesn't only work with me, she's one of my closest friends and she's part of the family. But I never told you about her origins, where she comes from. Many of you have been asking me for years, and I always brushed away the subject. I didn't want to go into it. Today, I'm going to tell you about Maribel's origins, where she comes from, how she arrived to us, and many of you will learn the hidden truth about this dark and shady character. Say hello, Maribel. I met Maribel about 8 years ago. I had just arrived to the country after many years living abroad and spending nearly a decade in Turkey. I just arrived to Spain. I was new. I was so happy to meet my brother after many years of separation, and I started a new life. So my brother and I started living together in close proximity, and one day my brother went to a local shelter. He said, "I want to go and see what the situation is there and how we can help them." And then he came back and he told me, "Look, the shelter is shit, basically. But in that shelter, I've met someone that is really nice. Her name is Maribel, and she's a volunteer there." And I said, "Oh, really? What does she do? How old is she?" And he said, "Look, she's really young. She's about 18, 19 years old. And she's a volunteer there. But she's so hardworking. She goes and takes the animals for walks, and she makes sure that there's food and water on every cage and everything." Now, the shelter was really awful, but this girl was really making an effort in making sure that those animals were feeling better. I mean, they were in terrible conditions, but she was just there fighting for them, making sure that they went for long walks, making sure that they were properly socialized. And, you know, my brother said, "Look, to see a girl like this fighting against a system that is broken is heartbreaking, but at the same time it's quite encouraging." So I say, "Just bring her over. Come on, let's meet her." I'm always up for meeting great people. And at the time we were not rescuing here. I had just arrived, but I thought that this girl could really be really nice. So I met her, and she told me that she belonged to a local family. She lived in Paterna, very close to us, and immediately I got along with her really well. I could see that she was really genuine, really direct, and the same way she spoke to the dogs, she spoke to people. I mean, in her eyes and her mouth there is truth. Maribel is the most transparent, blunt, in-your-face person I know. You wanna get the truth? You ask Maribel. It's true. And she's like, BAM!
¿Quieres guardar para peluca cuando pierdas pelo?
Yo no voy a perder pelo. So, we got along really well. Soon after that, we started rescuing here. I started working with several vets. And one of them was Álvaro Chazán, Medivet. We did some great surgeries there. It was mainly focused on trauma surgeries, in broken bones, in trauma accidents. And I told Álvaro, why don't you let me introduce you to this girl that is really nice. And by the way, she's also a vet tech. So she could work with you at the clinic, she could do great things, and she could take care of our animals. So Álvaro agreed and hired her on a temporary basis as a vet tech. Maribel worked with Alvaro for about a year and a half, nearly 2 years, the time that I worked with him, and she did really well. She took care of our animals like a queen. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was in that hospital where she met Benji. Benji is a dog that I rescued from Greece around those days, a dog that went through surgery, a dog that went through a lot and that needed a home, so she agreed to adopt him. Therefore, she became officially part of the family. After Alvaro and I decided to stop working together and I went to work with other vets because we grew in size, we grew in scope, and we started working with Valencia Sur. When we left as a client, he wasn't so nice and he kind of got rid of poor Maribel. So I said, oh, Maribel, come on, I'm gonna help you again. I'll find you something else to do. So I found her a job at Welcome, which was a boarding facility where in those days we used to keep our animals. So she worked there for a while, but it got to a point where, I mean, she did really great and our animals were really happy because she was there taking care of them. But it got to a point where I said, look, instead of working with these boarding facilities and all these dog hotels and all of that, why don't we start our own place? Maribel, ¿cómo estás? Ben. Why don't we just get a really nice place and we do our own things? It will only be for our animals. I would like you to run this place and I would like you to be responsible for the animals. So she took on the challenge. And I tell you, 7 years later or 6 years later, when I think of those days, I can only think about this with nostalgia. She was so young, I was so young, so wide-eyed, and we took the decision of getting the White House. I mean, when she came with me that day, she came with me to look at the property, and when she saw such a large place, she said, no, this is too big for us. And I said, yes, this is exactly what we need. So she was a bit shocked, but we got the place and we built the White House. I would like to say, I think I could say that Maribel has matured in the White House. I mean, from coming and working with a crappy shelter to working in a place that only, strived for excellence and that tried to do the absolute best for the animals at any moment. It was a big change in her mindset. 4 years she has developed her own routine and strategy in order to provide these animals with the best possible quality of life. One of the first things we did when we started the White House was to say, okay, there will be no chains, there will be no leashes, there will be no restrictions of movement whatsoever for our animals. True, I mean, they had all free run of the property, they could go everywhere. We had to separate them in groups because some of them didn't like each other with the other ones. But Maribel ran that place amazingly. I mean, I've been so proud of documenting her journey and documenting the journey of our animals on our daily videos for years. And during this time, she has helped us recover and rehabilitate some of the most difficult cases we've ever had. I mean, I cannot think of a dog of the ones that we've rescued that hasn't met Maribel. I cannot think of a dog that hasn't enjoyed her embrace, her warmth. I mean, really, when one of them is feeling sick, she's there sleeping with them and she tells her boyfriend, stay away, I'm gonna be with the doggy. I mean, she really is wonderful. She has been giving all these animals a level of warmth and love that I haven't seen in any other shelter. So this is why when you see me in these videos, okay, true, I'm the face of the organization, I'm the one that coordinates everything, all together with Linda, which is also essential part of our work. But I need to say that the one person that really keeps these dogs together, the one person that has provided them with a new lease of life and with the energy and love that they needed to succeed in life and to go on to other things has been Maribel. I wanted today to make an homage to this amazing girl. So for the last few videos, many of you saw that she wasn't there, and I mean, people were so worried. Many of you left comments, where's Maribel? Is she working with you? Has she left? No, Maribel has been super busy during the last month, handling the move of the shelter from the White House to the Great House. She also had to deal with some medical things, and she's been super busy. But really, don't worry, Maribel is going nowhere. I will never let Maribel go nowhere. I mean, she's essential to what we do. All our dogs love her, and I know she wouldn't leave us. Because, I mean, can you imagine Maribel leaving the doggies? I mean, she will be, I mean, even if she left, she will be coming every day to see how they are and to check on them. So, no. I'm very happy to say that the working with Let's Adopt was one of Maribel's first jobs. I think she did well. I mean, she worked at the vet before, at the boarding facility, and she had a couple of minor jobs before that. But this has been, I mean, I shouldn't even say that, but it's probably the best job she ever had. For her, this is a dream job. She loves it. She has so much fun. She also suffers a lot, because when we lose an animal or when they get old, for her it's especially difficult. But I'm quite confident that we're going to have Maribel for many years to come. She started with us as a young kid, and she's now maturing, and like me, getting older. You can see her getting older. She has wrinkles, she has white hair. Maribel, you're getting older than me. But she's gonna be with us forever, I think. So, thank you very much for being here. So many hidden things about Maribel still waiting to be discovered. Maybe we'll make another video about the time when she... Anyway, I'll tell you about this in another video. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for your support. Please don't forget that everything you've seen here can only happen thanks to the support of our friends. So please, if you can, donate, help us continue saving lives, help us continue keeping Maribel working with us. If any of you donate or joins my support group on Patreon, you're gonna be helping Maribel staying with us. Please don't let her go. She doesn't have to go look for another job anywhere, ever. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Take care.